Right, we got something to talk about, okay? Now, I'm turning the music off because this is a serious topic, okay? So, a few months ago, Ollie Bombi came out with Mapparator. Full title, Mapparator Inator.
I've been expecting you.
V29. Nico, welcome in. We're about to go on a journey, okay? We're about to go on a journey. It was V29, and it was open sourced. It was uploaded on GitHub. We had quite a nice discussion about the dangers of AI mapping, but also, you know, the parts where it could help. Like, it was very consistent at hit-sounding things, but it couldn't pick up on the nuances of the music. Now, Ollie Bombi, and I don't think this was him that came out with it, but Ollie Bombi made a tweet about Mapparator Inator V30. Now, it has seemingly a much more nuanced way of picking rhythms. It makes some weird as hell sliders. It's the same sort of thing, okay? It's the same sort of usable, you throw a song at it, you tell it to make a map of it, and it makes a map of it in, like, 15, 20 minutes. Which is a fair amount of time, honestly. Use it through web GUI. If you want the full discussion about this, there is a clip already on my channel where I discussed all of the implications of this sort of tool. Now, what I'm here to do is to do the same thing we did last time. We got to put it to the test. And you've heard of the Turing test, okay? You've heard of the test to see if an AI has sentience. That is not what I'm going to do here. What I'm going to do here is give it the galaxy collapse test. Now, we're going to put it to the test. Oh, dude. Why is that the diff name? Let's see what it gives me. Now, last time, you remember the jump scare slider, right? there was a slider at 3000 BPM, 100% hit sound value. And that was a bit crazy. This one, and he sent it to Doomsday as bad as well, the original Galaxy Collapse mapper, and he said, it's not that bad. And I don't like that thought. We'll see what this is like now. Now, no warm-up, okay? No warm-up. I don't know what to expect, honestly. I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't know when it's gonna start actually spitting a map out. Here we go again. Whoa, the structuring is awful. I like the blue tick sliders, actually. The blue tick sliders are a good rhythm choice. But it's inconsistent with them. Yeah, there's no consistency with these maps. It's like, it picks one concept at random each time it hears the same thing. Well, maybe it doesn't even hear the same thing. We have no idea how this works. Oh, okay. I can't remember whether it got confused here last time. It definitely got confused at the speed up last time. Uh-oh. Oh, another shotgun slider. So far, there's literally been nothing out of place. It's been really inconsistent. Like, there's no... There's no repeating concepts in this. It's all just, I guess, generated. But it's not bad. There's been nothing laughable about it. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not even bad. What was that slider, though? What was that slider? Not good at gauging intensity? It's not... Look, by no means is it good. But it's not bad. That's a circle, though. He had no idea what to do. I mean... I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. I don't know how to feel about it. On the one hand, there was nothing expressly bad in this map. There was no cohesive style. There was no overarching concepts. There was no real attention paid to how everything looked. Like, all of this stuff was just stuff. Like, But there was no weird, wonky timing stuff that went on like last time. There was no whack jumps and circles placed for funny reasons. But yeah, none of it was really intense enough. It's nowhere near gonna replace mappers at all at the moment still. It's been, what, 4 months since B29, say where it really excels is making farm maps. Yes, I have seen a good amount of, like, farmable patterns be generated by this that seem like they would belong in a normal map. The slider overlapping seems ugly. The patterning seems pretty ugly. But rhythm choice and hit sound choice, it's not terrible. It's actually quite okay with rhythm choice. Apart from the funny, it's still made one of these. What BPM is this? Or is this just like million beat snap divisor timing? 12,000 BPM. 1200, sorry, 1200 BPM. Okay, I didn't even check that. I didn't even notice. Let's talk the implications here, because my opinion on AI, okay, is that it is a great tool for use in conjunction with someone who has the skills to take what the tool is, or to input the correct things into the tool to get the correct output, which can then not be manipulated, but be taken as a resource, even, maybe? It's not about, like, you throw a prompt into ChatGPT, you don't take the information that ChatGPT spits back out as truth and face value, you take it and you look into the sources, you look at the resources that it spits out, you look at primary sources of information rather than an aggregate. You know what I mean? Whereas this sort of thing, this feels like an aggregate. This feels like it is taking a lot of stuff and then mushing it all together to give you something semi-cohesive. You're looking for good patterns, then look at normal maps. But what if a genre doesn't really exist with a normal map, a good map in the game? You might be taking something and exploring new territory with the mapping. It would be good then to have a tool that's ready to use to give you suggestions and thoughts. Not like something that will push you to get more creative about what you're doing, but not replace your creativity. It's just assisting it. It is just being used as a resource, basically. Main problem is the lack of consent around mappers and their maps being used for the AI is a good take, and something that should have been taken into account when it was trained. And something that should be taken into account whenever anything in the future is trained like this. Because, let's face it, this is going to keep getting better. And because this is going to keep getting better, we got to think of countermeasures now, proactively, instead of react to when it's so good it's indistinguishable from ranked mapping. Honestly, my thought, and tell me if you agree with me, is you got to take this and implement it into the game now, in its current state, and have it be a function where you give it a song, you give it an MP3 file, and you say, generate me a map. But then those maps are inaccessible. You cannot find them in the editor, you cannot upload them, you cannot access them, apart from in a specific and isolated game mode where you upload an MP3 and it will spit a map back at you one time only, basically. Because otherwise, you give people this tool and give them free access to it, and they can run wild with it. Whereas you give it to them in a controlled manner, in a way that they don't need to go looking any further into it. They'll take that at face value and not have to go looking for more. Yo, Wowie, we're talking AI. Code being open source means it's already too late. No. Like, there is so much that's open source that is not used, right? There's so much that is there that people don't go looking for because there are better alternatives available. Like, it's a supply issue, right? Let's be real for a second. You can pirate any piece of software that you want. But if there is a service that provides said software that is convenient enough and safe enough for you to trust and want to use that service, you will use that service and not go elsewhere to pirate the software. So you provide this to people in a way that makes it easy for them to use it and doesn't incentivize them to go looking elsewhere for a better implementation of the service. You don't run into the problem of it getting used to rank AI maps. People will obviously go off and torrent Photoshop, but like at that point, they were going to do that anyway. You know what I mean? To give it to the people who are just going to use it because they have a funny song they want a map of, and then they play it one time, and then they never touch it again. Easy. Simple. One glaring issue with that idea? Fire away. I'm interested in talking about this because it's something important that we need to get ahead of, you know? I mean, in a phrase, farm mapping. Okay, make it so you don't earn PP from the maps generated. Make it so you don't earn performance from anything that it will spit back out for you to play one time only. Because it's not an uploaded map, it's not a ranked map, it's not... Yeah, you don't, because it's not ranked mapping. It's just you get a map generated for you, and then bam, that's it, done. Or you play it, you save it to play again later, and you can come back to it and PB on it, but you can't share it, you can't play it in multi, you can't do anything else with it. Generating the map and then just copying it by hand. Okay, that's kind of like, instead of copy and pasting a ChatGPT response, it is like transcribing it. And even then, at that point, it's in your own words, and it incentivizes like, yeah, this pattern actually looks ugly, I'm going to edit that very slightly. You know what I mean? Come on, farm mapping is already AI-generated slop. Come on. You can't get any more generic than, like, up, down, up, down, up, down. Code already exists externally? Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The people who want to use it will find a way to use it. The people who aren't in the market to do that can have access to it in a way that is safe, controlled, and easy, simple. Don't think that solves many of the issues this caused. If people want to AI generate farm mapping, I don't give two shits. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, farm mapping is not the type of maps that you play Osu for. Maybe 6 months into your career, you should surely start to look for other stuff to do. Farm mapping, my favorite creative output. So true, Yolkspie, so true. Oh no, they're replacing the creatives with this new AI map generators. The creatives in question, semicolon. AI replaced farm mapping, then it incentivizes mapper to be more creative. Isn't this what automation was made for? It was to take the menial tasks out of society and give people more time to be creative and free with their hobbies? Like, why give... You just give this to the farm mappers, let them rank their farm, and then they can go away and be creative in the editor. They get so much time back that they would have been spending on farming clicks. Story is around the AI being used to replace the creativity, leaving them with the menial shit. Not their job, though, to rank farm maps. Tell that to SD Mango, who spend their entire, like, creative output placing one note in the top half of your screen and then the second note in the bottom half of your screen over and over and over again. I genuinely think if you implement it into the game, just implement it. Just make it so that it is inaccessible and it takes effort to get the information that it is spitting to you out of the client. Coming around to the idea of making farm mapping as boring as possible so people move on from it. Honestly, you flood the game with stuff that tests your mechanics. Nobody has reason to make them anymore because there's already mechanics maps for days on the ranked section. You switch the printing presses back on and print some money, okay? Let's boost the economy. Farming is fun to people. Yeah. Farming is so much fun. But that one hit of dopamine you get after 150 attempts of, like, bashing your head against a brick wall, and at least 2 snapped pens. You go farm first, I want to see 2 broken pens? No, absolutely not.